It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Glue a straw there for you. We'll put on a stick for you.
Welcome. Well, you should have glued the stick to begin with, woman.
I didn't know you wanted. Wow, where's that buzzer?
You're supposed to tie them. Yeah. Oh.
Thank you. But hit it for me. Thank you. Thank you.
And there you have it. These are some masks. This is the masquerade deal that we're having on Friday from 12 to 2. Everybody is invited. And we got to do something about my mask because it's too plain.
Well, the reason we're doing the masquerade is because, can you turn a flip a light? We don't have any lights over here. Please. The reason we're doing masquerade is because it is our 8-year anniversary of the Brooklyn Cafe show. So apparently my partner's busy with his mask that he doesn't like. So we are celebrating, as Grace came up with the idea, Masquerade, as we celebrate our 8-year anniversary at the Brooklyn Cafe show.
What was the name of that movie where she stomped the...
Eyes Wide Shut?
That one.
Yeah, that one
That's
too.
Boom, boom.
So if you're in the area on Friday, please, in the area, come on in 12 to 2. I don't know what we're doing. Are J&D Cakes doing our cake this year?
I got to go get it.
If that's a yes, they're doing it. We just got to go pick it up.
I have no idea.
Okay, so
we're gonna
we're gonna talk to Daniela, see what else. I think we're gonna be doing a crew potluck, and everyone's gonna need to relax a little bit because.
I don't think we're doing that.
Why?
Why not? Freddie.
Because the only people that are gonna bring anything is her. I'm not bringing some. I'm gonna go get some.
You can go get some.
That works.
That works. You go get. Everyone else can bring in. It's the potluck. You bring in your potluck side of what it is. But that's the plan. So
okay.
More to be discussed and see what we come up with.
Freddie, you can bring the napkins.
I got napkins.
I'll bring the appetite.
I don't even
What
know
are
how
you
many
bringing?
people we're having.
No, what do you guys want?
That's what I'm
See,
saying.
like I can bring whatever. I can bring lasagna.
Yeah, but you know something, Mr. I. For you, it's easy. For the rest of us that don't cook, you want a can of Chef Boyardee? I'll give you that.
Hey man, I'll buy you some Publix cookies.
See, like yes,
That works.
perfect.
Yeah.
Bring in the Publix cookies.
I got you guys.
So my daughter definitely is my daughter because she had a potluck at the end of the year for school this year, and she didn't have anything between working and going to grad school. She opened up her freezer, and she had brownies that were frozen from another party. So she defrosted them, she cut them into smaller pieces, and someone else had given her stroop waffles. Is that what it's called? A stroop waffle. So she cut those up from the freezer, and she put it all on a nice tray, and she brought them to the event.
And I bet they loved it.
And everyone, my mic's not working either.
No. Baxter's mic is not on.
I like that Jones wasn't.
No, Mike's is not on. His is not on at all.
So we're going to have to figure that out. Wow.
Chaos.
What is it? We're not even a Mercury retrograde. I don't know. Anyway, join us on Friday. We've got some great guests joining us today in the studio. Baxton went to a Networking Beast event, and he met two great guests, Liz Bello and Amber Gitter. So we're going to be talking about real estate and marketing.
Well, Baxton is the one that I wanted to talk to open it up, but if his mic is not working.
I think this one is working. Guys, are we good? All right. Beautiful.
So Baxton, where did you go?
I know we went to the Italian joint. Do you remember the name of it? Carlino's. And I met a lot of different and interesting people.
Talking to the mic, Baxton.
I am.
Go ahead. And what happened at the event?
How many people did you meet? You came back with a stack full of
Oh my
business cards.
gosh. I mean, like, it was like a zoo. It was crazy.
All right, so I have to ask Liz and Amber, what was his approach like?
Yeah, and now that we
I
see
need
that
to
you
know.
were at the zoo.
Now that we're seeing his interpretation of the event, I need to hear the professional's version of what it was like meeting Baxton. Nice.
Yeah, he was very professional. He knew his 30-second spiel and delivered it eloquently, and that's why we're here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was impressed, actually.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
You have a very distinct voice, so that was also memorable as well.
That's amazing.
Thank you, guys.
So what was his line? What was his
I mean, I can't remember the whole.
Hi, my name is Baxter.
This was a while ago. That's why when you told me to say a few things about it, I'm like, okay.
And he wasn't a task too. He was going for it, and he went. Like
Yeah. There
you go.
he did it great.
That's Baxter. We send him out on networking events, and he's always great at doing that.
I enjoy talking to people. That's just my thing. You know, my dad is an entrepreneur as well. He's a businessman, and from a very young age, he taught me how to interact with people and kind of be a people's person and how to just sell yourself almost. I mean, you know, a combination of my dad and my uncle, both of them are very good at selling themselves, so I learned from the best.
All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Brooklyn Cafe TV for exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Like and subscribe. Join us in the studio, or as always, give us a call, 888-994-4995. Studio A, more to come. We'll be right back.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Looking for art to add to your collection? Well, look no further. Here at Amp Media Studios, we house tons of art, ranging from abstract paintings to realistic portraits. Come on in and find the art that fits your home. Any and all art is up for sale, so pick yours up today. Stop by at 2400 Northwest 2nd Avenue, Boca Raton, Florida 33431. See you there!
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Have you filed for disability benefits but were denied by the Social Security Administration? Or do you need to apply for benefits and are overwhelmed with paperwork? Are you between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury? Thousands of hardworking Americans are in your situation. They file for disability benefits every month and are unnecessarily denied their much-needed benefit check. Call now for a no-obligation, free evaluation. We can help you nearly double your chances of approval and get your benefit checks faster. We understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact and will share our insider expertise. There is a time limit to apply. We're here to help you get your disability claim filed and paid as soon as possible. Please, time is limited. So, if you are between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury, call right now and let us help you file your disability claim with the Social Security Administration.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, here we go again. Welcome back. Hey, I'm getting texts by everybody. We have a gig here, and then we have another gig up there. Everybody after 18 years is trying to teach me how to do my business. I said to them, I get there when I get there.
So you're in the business mode hat. When Freddie's in the baseball hat, it's the business thinking mode hat. Earphones go on, and it's how I met you doing what we do.
Well, like our first guest, you've been in the real estate game how many years?
20 years.
20 years. So you're a rookie.
Yes.
We've got Amber Gitter joining us, and she is with Caldwell Banker Realty. And before the show, Freddie always goes back to his roots of being a mortgage broker and a mini eagle and all the things you did in the mortgage business.
She remembers the worst. I must have said the story more than once.
I know the story a few times, right? But we talk about it, and then Making Money with Laura Sanders, she did a show earlier this week, and she was talking to CJ about this new commission structure, or lack thereof, or how everyone describes it. What's happening with, I guess it's the buyer's agent? Is that what it is, Amber?
I call it the Day of Reckoning, August 17th. It's the law where buyers go out with realtors and they have to have a signed buyer's agency agreement before they can actually see properties. So no longer can buyers just go out with a realtor and go see properties without there being a buyer's agency agreement. So, and that's one of the big significant issues that are happening with the National Association of Realtors settlement. But the other big, other factors that are happening is with this new, with this settlement that just happened, the cooperating brokerage fees will no longer be on the MLS. So people like brokers who go out, they won't know exactly right away what property that they see as the listings. You won't know automatically if there's going to be a cooperating brokerage fee attached to it, or a commission, I should say. So there'll probably be like a third site where buyers agencies will have to look it up to see if the listing or the seller is going to give a cooperating brokerage to the buyer's broker.
So here's my naivete. Why wouldn't they? I guess I can understand why you would want to have a buyer's agent, right? You want to make sure that if you're taking me to see a house, you're going to get compensated for your hours and your time of looking for the house and taking the homeowner out looking for the house, right? You want that compensation.
That's exactly right, because in the past, what's happened in the industry is that buyer's brokers or the buyer's agent would rely on the cooperating commission that's on the listing agreement to get paid. So there's been a lot of time where buyer's agents or the realtor that's representing the buyer has not been paid for their time and service when working with the buyer. So the buyer is going to be very clear before they go out what the duties and tasks are available to them, and they will be able to negotiate with the buyer's agent or their agent what those responsibilities will be. So the buyer's agency agreement will have a negotiated fee. It could be a commission or just a flat fee, depending on what the buyer wants. And that agreement has to be in play before the buyer and the agent go out viewing properties. The issue that the realtor industry is having, or realtors in general are having, is that they are afraid that buyers are not going to want to be exclusively committed to one realtor when viewing properties. Sellers are going to be happy because sellers no longer are going to be
Paying for the buyers.
manipulated or pushed, as one would say, into putting a 6% commission on the listing agreement, that they will be able to go down in their fees. The lawsuit came into play because of the fact that sellers felt that there was a level of price fixing on the listing agreement, that they would had to put a 5 or 6% commission on the listing agreement. Now they're saying that that's no longer the case because of the fact that now they can negotiate better their commission structure on that listing agreement, and the buyer's agent will be responsible, or the buyer's broker will be responsible for paying the commission, or the buyer will be paying to the buyer's broker, and that they will decide what is the level of value with the buyer's agent.
So it could be more than 6%?
Pardon?
Would it be more than 6?
No.
6 is the cap?
You don't want to do that. You don't even want to go there. No, it's not
I
gonna be
know,
more.
but that's
It'll
what
be
I'm
less.
asking. Okay.
It'll be less. But the object of it's about the psychology of the deal. The object of the game is that now you have a real estate agent, and you know what? You're going to have a conversation. You're actually going to get to know who your real estate agent is, because there's money on the table now, buyer or seller side. And the buyers are responsible for the buyer side, and the sellers are responsible for the seller side. And we shall remain nameless of some of the fees that go in all over the place, and they're cleaning all that up. But you're going to have a relationship with your real estate person, because that's who you're responsible for. And that agent is no longer responsible for the other side. It's really clean math. It's girls' math, but actually clean. You know, you're responsible for your side, she's responsible for her side. And I don't see it's going to be anything but good for the good agent. Good agents are really going to do well with this.
Well, the buyer's agent, right, that's the only money coming in is the sale of that house. So that should be distributed amongst the two.
Well, the seller's going to have an opportunity to decide if he or she wants to give a cooperating commission to the buyer's agent. So that's where it's going to be more of a choice for the seller. So the seller, so the average price on a house in the United States blanket is like, say, $417,000. Attached to that cost usually is about $25,000 in commission fees, or just fees in general. They're expecting, as a result of this settlement, that those fees are going to go down by at least anywhere from $6,000 to $12,000.
Wow.
I don't have a crystal ball. I really don't know if that's going to happen or not, because at the end of the day, you have to create incentives to have the buyer's broker go show the property, the listing to the buyer. So the seller, no matter what, is going to need to still create some type of incentive so that those buyer's brokers will go show the buyer those properties. We're on a new course, a new real estate model. I definitely agree that sellers shouldn't necessarily be responsible for paying for the buyer's broker's fees, but at the same time, we have to create some level of incentive to get the buyer's broker into that property so that there's a deal that can be made.
Exactly. So it's honest math. But what I like about this is you're going to know exactly what you're paying for. The interesting part is, nobody wants to pay commissions. Nobody wants to pay 3, 6. Nobody wants to pay, but you're going to pay because they do a service.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're going to end up paying 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever the percentages that you agree to, depending on your circumstances. See, I had to sell my house without showing I had to sell my house. So if I have to sell my house, the interest rates can change the amount of commission. I got to get out. I don't have this. I don't have that. I got a job and I got to go. So that changes. Outside bias. There's a whole psychological thing that's going to be happening. But the good agents are still going to be good agents. They're going to be great agents. I think it's going to be a plus for the industry.
I agree. Time is money.
Yep.
And I want to be able to say to the buyer, the many times I've gone out with buyers and nothing's come to fruition because they're wishy-washy, they're not really 100% sure they want to buy the property or not. This will actually clarify in their mind if they really want to purchase a property today or a year from now, because time is money. And it's one industry where a lot of realtors who've worked with buyers have invested a lot of time, a lot of professionalism into working with these buyers, and all of a sudden they're not paid because of the fact the buyer is now on the fence again, they're not sure, or the market's changed and they need to reevaluate if they want to buy or not. Buyers agents should be paid for their time and services. The question becomes, is it the responsibility of the seller and the listing brokerage? Should they be paying the buyer's broker for their time and services? That's the other crux of the issue, because of the fact that sellers believe it's like, why am I absorbing a 6% commission cost on my property and then taking the portion of that 6% and giving it to the buyer's broker when it's the buyer's broker's company that ultimately should decide how to work with the buyer. So I see how this can be very effective and beneficial to all parties. Because time, at the end of the day, time is money, and what is the value and the cost on the seller side, and what is the value and cost on the buyer side?
All right, so sidetracking, what's going to happen, when does it happen, in August 1st?
August 17th is a day of reckoning.
Okay, but let's put that to the side. How is real estate today? Is property, is the market selling? Are things moving?
Florida is a great market. I mean, Florida is probably one of the best states in the United States, in my opinion. We're an income-friendly state. We don't have income taxes on our income, so we can hold on to our money in saving, which creates savings. Florida market we've seen is slowed in the sense of relative to say during COVID. I mean, it was through the roof. Property couldn't stay on the MLS for 24 hours, and you had multiple offers on the table. That's not happening. The process of selling a home, listing a property, and getting it to close is averaging about 90 days, anywhere from 80 to 90 days. Before 3 years ago or 2 years ago, it was like a 30, 45-day process. It was really quick. But at the end of the day, we're still one of the hottest markets to be in. Over 54% of our deals are in cash. That shows the strength of this market. You're not going to find that necessarily in other markets. People want to come to Florida. It's the over time, no matter what, we might have little dips here and there, but over time, the long run, the appreciation on properties are continuously to go up indefinitely.
So this the sell side or the buy side? Which is the hotter market?
Well, it depends. In the condo market, I would say it's a buyer's market. Because we have now over 6 months of inventory supply. That's how they rate it. And the single family homes are around 4 months, so it's still a little bit more of a seller's. But buyers in general do have negotiating power now relative to say 2 to 3 years ago.
So I have a question for you. As far as the Florida market goes and buyers looking to buy a house or sell a house, what would you say is the question that you are most likely to hear from people?
What are the HOA fees? HOA fees are a big concern, and how is insurance going to affect their overall cost in owning the home, regardless if it's a condo or a single family?
No, for those who do not understand, what is an HOA fee?
Homeowners association fees. So when you tend to live in a condo or a planned development community, you usually have to pay an HOA fee. Like Platina Community, which is in Boynton Beach, is one of the listings that I have. There's 2 HOA fees. There's one for the Master Association, and there's one for the Village Association. So some developments actually have 2 fees, some don't. So overall, fees are going up as a result of the environment that we live in. People are afraid of the insurance costs to own the home. Like, I go back to Platina because the one condo has lost its homeowner's insurance. They had to get another homeowner's insurance because they were afraid of the hurricane issues component. So these are factors that people have to take into play, but they're workable.
Like, do you think the fear of hurricanes have impacted the market?
It depends on location, right? So if you're on the A1A Ocean Boulevard, your homeowner's insurance is going to be a lot more expensive relative to say 4 to 5 miles west of the shoreline.
So it all depends where you are.
Yes, it does. And the insurance agencies are looking to that. So if you buy a property that's like, say, 4 miles, 5 miles west of the ocean line, you're not going to have as much problem with your premium or your rates relative to, say, if you're on the A1A, because if you're on the A1A, if you get a hurricane, the hurricane's going to impact the A1A first before it goes west, or if it goes west at all, depending on how the hurricane moves.
But there's good and bad to both
sides.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're going to buy on the water, you're going to pay to be on the water.
You're going to pay to be on the
and
water.
And the interest rates being 7% as opposed to 4 or 3%, there's called a gap. That money that you are paying used to go to HOAs, used to go to insurance, used to go. So all of a sudden, because you're moving away from the water, going to A1A, you have more of gap money to work with.
Right.
So it depends. But this is all leading back to you have to talk to your real estate agent. You got to know if she's showing you the wrong houses because you can't afford it, you're wasting her time and you're wasting your time.
You have to have trust in your agent.
Absolutely, more than ever.
Right.
Let me just
money
say
too, but
something
just more than ever.
About the real estate market. I don't think we have a price issue. I don't see realtors overpricing properties. They're pricing the properties to sell. We have seen a slowdown, and I just think it's because it's an election year. The National Association of Realtors settlement, how does that play into it? I think interest rates being at 7%, those factors are playing to the slowdown. But overall, I think we still have a very strong real estate market. To see over 54% of those deals being cash, that doesn't tell me that we have a problem with the buyer.
Agreed.
And I don't think the sellers are overpricing the properties at all.
I think she's right. Not only that, but you have a listing in Boynton, right?
Yes.
You're looking to sell.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, now Boynton is...
You're a plus 55 community, Platina.
No, Platina, not all. See, Platina is interesting. That's a good question. Platina has 13 villages within it. Not all the villages are 55 and over, so they have a lot of young first-time home buyers buying in Platina.
That's interesting. I didn't even realize that.
And that's where it is?
Have been
Okay.
plus 50, plus 65, plus 75. I mean, 55, you and I are both over 55, but you think of 55 as like your grandparents' 55 in Platina, but it's not. It's changing.
Yep. A lot of planned developments are changing, going away from the 55 and over and going to more of a, how do you say, making it open to people under 55. So that has happened a few times.
And then more affordable prices.
Exactly.
Well, leaving Boca, going to Boynton, going north, in those houses, you get more house for the bang for the buck, yes?
Yes, and even going west, west Wellington is really hot.
Oh, yeah.
I think in general Florida is hot. No matter where you are, I just think Florida is just
No pun intended.
The whole state is hot.
Well, I lived in Boca for 13 years. I lived in the country club for 13 years. And now I'm renting in Boynton. I'm going to tell you, what a difference it is from living there and living here. I love it. Everything is convenient there. It's by the ocean. If I want to walk to the beach or I want to walk in this way, and the drive to A1A is not as far. For some reason, it looks like it shrunk. It's not as far. But what a difference. But you have to understand what it is that you want. Don't buy something, and then at the end of the day, it says, you know what, I don't want it. I changed my mind, and you waste everybody's time doing that. So you got to know what it is you want. You got to understand Florida.
Well, here's the other thing. If you're moving from, say, from Chicago or a suburb of Chicago like Aurora, you're going to be buying you're coming from a $250,000 single-family home that has the den, the family room, and you move into a $250,000 two-bedroom, two-bath condo in Boynton Beach or Lake Worth, and you're like, oh my God, I'm downsized. This is so small. What makes Florida so different relative to, say, a cold state up north is your living room is not your living room. Your living room is your outside. You're outside all the time. Your lifestyle you're naturally living a healthy lifestyle by living in Florida.
That's a good point.
So your living room is not going to be inside. Whereas if you're living in the suburbs of Chicago, where it's cold, you're getting negative 50-degree weather, you want a nice den, you want a nice family room because you're going to be sitting inside watching TV because that's what you can only do if it's extremely cold. Here in Florida, you're like, okay, I'll take a 1,300 square foot, two-bedroom, two-bath condo because my living room is going to be outside. I'm going to go to that pool. I'm going to go to play tennis. I'm going to do my pickleball. You're doing clubs. You're moving around all the time.
So I have a question for you. You mentioned a lot about first-time house buyers. Say if I was a first-time house buyer and I came for you for one form of advice, what would it be?
One form of advice? Make sure you talk to a mortgage broker. Okay. You want to talk to a mortgage broker to see what you're qualified for because they got new programs coming out. One of the programs that are being promoted by a lot of the mortgage brokers is the Hometown Heroes program, where first-time home buyers are able to save up to at least $35,000 in fees and helping their down payment. Don't know all the details on that because I'm not a mortgage broker, but that is definitely a program that first-time home buyers should look into. Is the Hometown Heroes program that they're offering, and is really helping a lot of first-time home buyers.
Yeah, that's coming back in July, I think. They're opening that program back up again?
Yeah, I don't know when they're opening it up. I thought it was already open because
maybe,
I'm
okay.
working with a mortgage broker who's been promoting it. But if there is an opening date on that, then I'll find out. But from what I understand, that's a
open?
program that they're
Awesome.
working with.
So Amber, if there are people out there watching and they've been on the bubble about either buying or selling their property, a lot of people are telling me, I want to sell, but I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
It doesn't matter how simple a transaction is or how complicated a transaction is. Everybody's wants and needs are going to be a little bit different. For a seller, what made this market a challenging market on the seller side, or why sellers are holding off in general, is that they were afraid that when they sell their property, they're not going to be able to find something that's equal or equitable to what they already currently own. So a lot of sellers stayed on the fence. They sort of just say like, well, this property that I have is pretty damn good. My interest rates are at 3%. I don't want to be selling into something that might not be as good as what I currently own, and I don't know if I want to be changing my mortgage where I might have a higher interest rate than I currently have. That was one of the problems that I think a lot of realtors were experiencing, is that sellers wanted to sell their property, but they were afraid that they weren't going to get something equal to or better than what they currently have. On the buyer side, the buyers are strong in Florida. If I was living in Chicago, buyers were more than likely, really were struggling with how to get financing and finding creative financing. Wellington, I was doing some open houses in Wellington. I'm bouncing around a little bit, but Wellington was interesting because those were the buyers where they were going to need a mortgage. They weren't cash buyers necessarily because of the fact that they have families and they have children and they want the schools. They want their children to go to decent schools and be in these horse programs. So they were those kind of buyers were more than likely going to do some type of financing. Whereas like around Boca, Del Rey, Boynton Beach, you've got the snowbirds or you're looking to retire, you're seeing cash buyers.
Wow. And how do people reach you? What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Text my number, 630-917-9886, Amber Gitter. That's the best way to reach me, and just say that they were on this incredible program called the Brooklyn Cafe, and I'll be more than happy to assist them.
And where is the office if they want to come to?
My office, I'm with Coldwell Banker in Del Rey. I have a wonderful managing broker. His name is Stephen Weinrob. He's very knowledgeable, and if I can't answer a question, I know where to get those questions answered. So there you go.
20 years experience, she's in the game and been in the game.
I started in Chicago as a realtor, and when I started, it was during I started in 2003 and then witnessed the financial crisis that happened in 2007, 8, and 9, and seeing what the devastation that happened. And we're not in that market, and we're nowhere near that kind of market. And people are like slowdowns, or people are now. You'll meet those people who have that little bit of hesitancy because they remember 2007, 2008, and 2009. I'm like, we're not in that market. We're fundamentally a different market. We have a banking system that's much more rigorous than it was back then, because now we have the Frank Data Act that's definitely into play. And we're dealing with a completely different mindset. So it's a good market. It's a little bit slower than a couple years ago, but still a damn good market.
Now Frank is writing in. Frank wants to sell his property, and his question for you is, where's he going to go?
We'll help him with that.
That's what I wanted to hear.
I can work both. I can do that.
That's what because you can work putting people in places when they sell their houses and everything else.
Yes.
And if you do it right, Frank, you'll be able to get where you want to go, as opposed to where am I going to go, and that stops you from selling.
Well, look, how many years did you tell me where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? There were places to go.
No, not me. I said, I'm going to
selective
rent.
amnesia.
No, I'll rent. I always wanted to rent. But the bottom line, when this thing was steaming, that I still did well, but I could have gotten even more well. I said, sell it. I'll live on a beach for all I care. But you always find, there's always a place to go if you look.
But let's just reiterate, with the Florida real estate market, it continues to go up. It might have some dips and valleys here and there, but over the long run, it still goes up on basically a 45-degree angle. This market is great. We have a great state. On a political level, it's ran beautifully. Doesn't matter if you're a liberal or a conservative, you realize that the state is ran beautifully. And the quality of life here is just fantastic, and that's why people want to be here. You're not going to find that type of lifestyle anywhere, and it's reasonable. The prices here are reasonable. I mean, to sell a condo in Boynton Beach, 3-bedroom, 2-bath at $310,000.
That's cheap.
You go to Chicago. You're in Hinsdale. 10 years ago, you're selling something out west in frozen cold weather at $350,000, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. You can equate the difference. The value is definitely here.
I tell you, it's called the snow factor. I lived in New York 42 years. You know, I was going to buy a condominium in Miami, overlooking the bay, because, you know, that's beautiful, right? And a friend of mine bought a house up on the 19th floor of this beautiful condominium. I said, wow, I'm going to buy this building, because back in the day, they were building them. So I go to her, we go grocery shopping. We're going up to her fantastic apartment on the 19th floor, and the elevator went up.
Oh. Yep.
And I said to the manager, excuse me, I got groceries here. How am I going to get this up there? He says, well, there's always the stairs.
Welcome to Miami condo
So I
living.
said, okay, Miami, see you later. I'm heading north. That's the end of that dream.
There's always the stairs.
Amber, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
joining
much.
us.
It was an honor to be here, and thank you for
We're
having
going
me.
to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Liz Abella. It's funny because you thought her name was
Isabella.
as one word. Do people do that all the time?
First of all, I'm Puerto Rican. Isabella is one word.
Like Isabella?
Isabella, Lisa, like I have a million names.
Like one name. So we're going to talk to Liz Abella when we come back from this break. More to come.
Liz Abella.
Abella.
Liz.
On August 8, 1907, Benny Carter was born. He was a pioneer on the alto saxophone, clarinetist, trumpeter, composer, arranger, and band leader. On August 8, 1945, the Soviet Union declared war on Japan, sending more than 1 million soldiers to Manchuria. On August 8, 1974, President Richard Nixon announced he would resign after his involvement in the Watergate affair, following the impeachment proceedings. On August 8, 1986, Spike Lee's first feature film, She's Gotta Have It, premiered. On August 8, 2011, Lobsang Sangay was inaugurated as Prime Minister in the Tibetan government in exile. He was the first in this position to be non-monk and the first to be born outside Tibet.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last. Do you suffer from neuropathy?
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. Well, it's good to see that the real estate game is going forward.
Yeah.
And she has experience, so it's a little bit easier for me to talk to her
Yeah.
than some of the other people that come in
Yeah.
here because she has a little old school in her.
Right. She's
You know-
from Chicago. She knows the difference in the markets, what's happening in Florida. And it's true, ever since COVID, living outside or outdoor living spaces has become more desirable than I think ever before in Florida. Before it was so hot, I can't go out. And then suddenly you start enjoying your outdoors. I know when I bought my house, it was because the outdoor living space gave me a whole nother living space. I could get outside. My old house, it had it, but it didn't have it. It wasn't the same feel. There were screens and there was mosquitoes, and it wasn't the open concept like I have now. And I spend a lot of time outside. We entertain, the family sitting outside. It just extends your house. It's not just about the living room inside anymore.
Like,
Yes, Max.
like it's kind of crazy to me. I've known you for 2 years now. I still can't believe that you were. I still forget sometimes that you were in not marketing, but housing before this.
I was.
This is
He's been in
crazy.
everything before this.
Now, like,
I was
how
in
long were
housing,
you
but
in
I
that-
didn't sell housing the way it's sold today. I didn't do that whole concept of outside living and all that. You know, I moved into an apartment that I'm 15 feet from the pool, the hot tub, the picnic area, the kids area, in an apartment. And so when I have my coffee in the morning, I'm looking at all this. It's changed my whole concept of what's going on here. But it's interesting because our next guest, this is what she does. She raises awareness and she pushes companies out there to be focused on and aware and growth to another level. So
Liz Abella.
Liz, and then there's
Liz
Abella.
Abella.
That's correct.
So welcome, Liz.
Thank you for having me, guys.
You know, we talk all the time. A lot of our crew, they come to us with they're working on their degree in social media and marketing, and that's a huge concept now, right? From all the universities, everyone's got social media marketing majors, and we, in our perspective, think, how can there be so many people in the same field? How do you find your niche, and then get clients to come to you versus going to the girl next door?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many companies out there. There's a person in a marketing agency for every single company out there. And I've myself worked with marketing agencies before, and I know sometimes it can be a little of a struggle. So that's why what I want to do is have a different kind of agency where my clients are actually like my friends, and there's communication and there's actual confidence between us. So that's the way I love to do my agency, and that's, I mean, there's so many companies and there's one agency out there for everybody, and I'm just happy to help the people that I can help, and that's my passion.
Now, every company has a different set of challenges.
Yes.
Whether it's Spanish or English, there's always a set of challenges. And then there's philosophies, because the owner of the company you're working for, they may have a whole different direction that hasn't been working because they're going to seek you out. Mm-hmm. And they'll never admit to the fact it isn't working, but let me hear what she has to say. So how do you overcome something like that?
So the challenge that I encounter a lot with entrepreneurs is usually entrepreneurs can do a lot of things, and that's why we are entrepreneurs, right? We like multitasking, and in that multitasking we have marketing and we have design, but there comes a point in an entrepreneur's journey that either you don't have the time anymore or you have to focus on what you really need to focus in order to sell. And that's where they start to realize, maybe I cannot do it all. And that's okay. I mean, we love input from our clients. We love to have their feedback. At the end of the day, it's their company, but we are here to promote it and to make it look big and to make it grow. So that's where we come in, and usually we are able to get into conversations, really valuable conversations with our clients, where we can get their feedback, get their ideas, and execute it beautifully to make their company grow.
How important is Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn versus a website?
I won't say that it's more important. I will say that everything is important. When you meet a company, any company, and they tell you, oh, my name of the company is, I don't know, AMP. I personally, what I would do is go and look it up. I'm going to see if they're in social media, if they have a website. That gives credibility to a company. And it's super important to build trust with your client, with your audience. And if one of those lacks, or maybe if you have a different logo in your Instagram that if you have on your website, that doesn't look as trustworthy. So everything is important. Everything is a big part of the puzzle. And that's why we like to look at companies at a 360 angle and make sure that all the angles are covered and that everything is branded correctly to make the company more professional, more trustworthy, and their clients to have brand awareness of it.
Do you think that having views or having numbers on social medias, does that really make or break a company? Because you could have 1 million viewers and have no sales. And if you have no sales, you got no business.
It depends. And that's why views is one analytic, one KPI, and why engagement is another, and why leads and sales are another completely different one. If there's one of those that's lacking, there's something that needs to change. There's something that maybe is not being correctly done. So it doesn't matter if you have maybe 10 million views. If you're not selling anything, there has to be a funnel. There has to be the right workflow for the client to go buy from you. Because maybe, yes, your social media is being great, you're getting all the views, but maybe something's lacking in the client's journey that they don't want to buy. So it's also a process where you have to look at yourself and see what's going on there, what's lacking, what's going bad, because maybe you're not having good customer service, or maybe it's not that easy for the client to buy. And all of these things are things that we analyze to make sure that all the client journey is optimized to get them more sales and get the best relationship with your clients. That is also really, really important.
So delivery becomes important as well as content.
Yes, everything's important. Your client has to go from knowing you, which is the first step, to actually thinking about you, to actually buying from you. It's a journey. It's called the client's journey. And everything in that journey has to be optimized to make sure that they buy from you and that they actually trust you and want to keep being your client, because that's another part of it, that you have to maintain them. There's nothing, if you have a client one time that doesn't keep buying from you, maybe there's also lacking there.
Interesting.
And I think it's the value of what you offer and time. Like Amber talked about, time is money. The value of what you're offering as a service, as a company. There always has to be some sort of skin in the game. You and I, we talk about that all the time, about especially our platform here. What's the value, right? You come here, you do your interview, the back and forth, that versus Dawn who's coming in and she has her own show. The different values and the different things that we offer as the studio.
Dawn is a great example. The clientele, see, because we're in the people business.
Yes.
And people come in here and their self-confidence is like this low. And you tell them, you can do this and yada, yada. And sometimes it takes 7 years to get them to believe that. And then they do it and, oh my God, look at it. And it's doing great. Mm-hmm. Now you try to surround them with people like Grace. Grace handles our social media stuff. You try to surround it with people who know how to put stuff out. But you still have to have confidence in what you're going to work with. And I try to tell Amber this today. She was nervous. I don't know if you know this. She was nervous. And she's 20 years in the business. I said, you've done a seminar before. So you have to be able to do it with confidence so that people have confidence in you. You have to have a timeline so people can say, oh, I remember this or I remember that. Once they come in here, it's like Amber says, she says, this is some experience. More people have to hear about you. Now, she's been around 20 years doing her business. I've been around 20 years doing this business. And I said to her, it's the same difference. You just have to put yourself out there more. Like a community center.
Sometimes you really have to take the step. And honestly, this is obviously a challenge for somebody that doesn't do this all the time. You guys have so much experience.
But you're so good at this. This is your Super Bowl. This is your wheelhouse of communication with people.
It kind of has to be, right? Whether I like it or not. This is what I love to do. Marketing companies includes marketing myself too, because how do I get to those companies that I want to get to?
How about brand colors? Important?
Oh yeah, definitely. The whole branding. So if you have maybe on Instagram, you have purple, and then on your website you have green, and then you have all this variety of colors, that affects your brand awareness. Your client is not going to recognize you.
I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at him, because Grace will chime in on this one.
I asked Freddie, I said, please don't post anything without
sending it to me so I can make it within our fonts, within our colors, within our themes. And he goes, no, we need content out now. Push. And then it doesn't make any sense.
That's not what I. That's not what
The
I.
dirty clothes are coming out.
One time you posted the Good Night America bit.
That's not what I said. See, people think that I'm a little bizarre to begin with. And for 20 years of being bizarre, I'm not going to be normal now. It's just bizarre. So we have this piece that I found interesting with this maniac over here that said, Good Night America. And I put it and said, join us tomorrow for the morning show. And they all went nuts on me. I had to take it down.
You see, it was
I don't want to hear from you. You already did enough damage. So it wasn't meant as a strategy piece because a lot of people know me for me. They know the show, they know about Dawn, they come to see Dawn, they don't come to see me, but they're wondering, what's this knucklehead going to do next?
Really? They come to see Dawn, they don't come to see you?
Absolutely.
He makes this nonsense up.
That's true. That's true. So sometimes I have to do something that is not with the grain, as opposed to the grain.
Look at Grace.
Because
Glasses are off.
But it seems but it seems to get their attention.
When you watch a Walmart commercial, Walmart does this in particular. Walmart doesn't tell that they're Walmart until the last shot.
Aiden,
But
can
you
put a
can
camera on
tell
her,
that
please?
it's a Walmart commercial by the fonts, the color, the themes. That's
I-
what I'm
brand awareness.
saying.
I
You know,
have my colors. The cafe colors is none of
It's
my
black and
business.
white.
It's none of my business. I didn't create the cafe colors. So this thing about throwing it on me ain't true. These are my colors. Amp Square TV has my colors. See, the problem that we have in here is there's a lot of conflict with Amp Square and Amp Media. So if you want to talk about color schemes, like with Teddy with the purple, I didn't even look at the colors. But if it's important, then it should have been addressed, right?
I mean, it's definitely important. I can tell you that. Just like you were saying, you know when Walmart has a commercial, you know when Coke has a commercial, you know
Same,
when
that, the
McDonald's
red and
has
the
a
white.
commercial.
You can tell the difference between a Walmart truck and a Target truck by
Same.
the colors on the
Exactly.
side.
You don't
of
even
it.
need to
Same.
see the logo. So it's
But-
definitely
Yeah,
a
but
brand
Walmart
use it-
has copyrighted that shade of blue
but
and
take
yellow.
it easy. We're not in the same school as Walmart. But I'll give
But
you
you
this.
wanna be.
But I'll give you this. Somebody criticized something that we did to my son, who started a very simple logo. Had nothing to do with what they were criticizing, but he took it. He became defensive because they were criticizing something that he had nothing to do with. So I ask you this. If you know something hasn't been working for 2 or 3, 4 years, then why are you letting me walk around with it that way? I'm looking at you and scratching my head. If you want to change it, then let's change it. If you have a philosophy, then let's follow this. This is why I am so happy that you are here. Because what they're doing is they are arguing my argument. Why am I walking around with the wrong color scheme, with the wrong fonts, with the wrong? Why is that that's not what I do. I do this.
Well, the first step is to recognize it, right? So, I mean, if there's something that's not working on branding, maybe this is a chance to improve it and to make sure that everything's aligned. But I can tell you, I mean, there's no problem into starting. You have to take the first step sometimes, even if it's not perfect. But there has to be a point where you make sure that you realign and that everything's working together to make sure that the brand has brand awareness and that is recognizable. So, I'll leave
But you
with
got to
that.
put it out there. You got to not only recognize the faults that it's not working, you also have to say, but let's fix it.
For sure.
But where's the fix? I look around the room and they're doing 127. Like you noticed before we started. You should notice the complexity of
Poor
the
Amber saw me
sounds.
running around like a...
People are running around. And then they say to me, well, we don't have no guests tomorrow, so I got to go do that. I got 6 meetings between the hours of 2:30 and 3 o'clock today. 6. I don't know how I'm going to talk to everybody. I'll get to them when I get to them. So the last thing in the world I'm going to worry about is the color scheme on a website.
That's why there's people out there like me, because
And
sometimes you
We're
cannot do
I
that.
need a lifesaver. Yes, you were saying,
That's why we
Grace?
have Grace.
I say we're not asking you to post. We're asking you to not post. I'm asking to take
They're
this
laughing
off
in
your
the
plate
control
for you,
room.
Freddie.
You know,
Please
Grace-
let me handle it.
Grace went away for 2 weeks.
Right.
vacation or something. Went to the tree farm. For 2 weeks, we had no posts.
Then
I
like,
did
That
some.
was okay.
No, it wasn't okay.
I
It
did
was
some.
okay.
It wasn't okay. Because in my world, I used to post 6 times a week.
a day.
I mean, a week. To get notifications of different things that we were trying to do. Like we have a masquerade party on Friday.
Has that even gone out?
Ask how many
I saw it
masquerade.
go out. I didn't push it out, but it went
Ask how
out.
many masquerade invitations they sent out this week.
How many?
Uno.
Grace.
That's not an invitation. It was a post.
Okay, but we got to invite people to come to the party. It could be smoke signals for all I care.
Okay. We're not going to do this.
We're not going to go there.
But we have to invite people to participate, to do things. Call to actions is an everyday job. At least it was when I was in the business 10 years ago. And there was absolutely no such thing as streaming. Nobody knew what a stream was. You look at Facebook now, and I laugh. You look at a phone, back in the day, nobody did that. But if you're going to have an invitation, you got to do it more than once, more than twice.
4 or 5 times.
At least, you got to talk about it.
Yeah, there definitely has to be some consistency on social media, I'll tell you that. But also, there's going to be quality over quantity. So there's some people out there that try to post 3, 4, 5 times a day, but then they're not posting quality content, and that also affects everything. I mean, everybody talks nowadays about the Instagram algorithm, and the Instagram algorithm also likes quality content. So there's quality over quantity, but you have to make sure that there's some consistency in your posting
All
as
right,
well.
then answer me this. Instagram, Facebook, same owner?
Yes.
Okay, so how can the same owner have 2 different
Social
logistics
platforms?
philosophy?
Different target audiences.
Yeah, different target
That's
audiences
right. But
completely.
Facebook wants you to buy ads.
Well, Instagram too. You just do it on their Facebook. But every Facebook ad that you post, you can also go to Instagram.
But when I buy ads on Facebook, all of a sudden my numbers on everything I post go this way.
Yeah, because your content is getting out there, pushed.
Because
For sure.
they're pushing.
What do you mean ads?
I mean, that's what
Facebook
ads
ads.
are
Like if
for
you pay for a
sure,
sponsored
to
ad.
push your
Exactly.
content out there.
Like
So-
to sponsor one of our posts? Well, yeah.
Yeah, but what happens is when you buy in, if you set a $30 a month budget, which is what I was going to talk to you about, everything you post, because we post so much material on the social media platforms, 15 shows, from kids shows to everything else. When you put that much content, they know. I got a letter today stating something that was posted on this morning on a music song that belongs to one of our producers. And I'm not going to argue about it because I know it's hers, so I put a disclaimer, and by tomorrow it'll be freed up. But they know everything you do. Man, they send you ads when you talk.
Yeah, for sure.
So Instagram is not my forte. I don't even like Facebook. She made me join Facebook 8 years ago. But is that the ROI I'm looking for? I'd rather have one person that buys into what I'm doing than to have 100,000 people buy in and nobody buys.
Yeah, I agree. And it kind of comes back to
But
what
no,
you were saying with
I'm glad he agrees.
No,
I got him
because
on my side.
no, because
I wonder why.
I am also going to school for this. We talk a lot about this in school, social media, media studies, etc.
Put the mic in front of you.
And one concept that does come up with is how to properly do social media, and it focuses on not trying to get everybody on your side, but tailoring what you post to 1 or 2 specific audiences to have that group of loyal followers who will then tell their friends and get you more followers.
Okay,
Liz
Grace.
Bell-
So-
Hold on, Grace.
I think the part that we're not getting is entertainment is a beast in itself. The entertainment industry is its whole, like the marketing of it is so different than any other company because you're not looking for sales. Entertainment in itself is a B2B and a B2C simultaneously. So you get your funding from companies, but you get other things from business to consumer. So that exchange isn't monetary, and that's what everybody gets stuck up on is you're not making money. But none of the companies are going to invest in entertainment that people aren't watching.
So we have to cater to both our clients that are paying in money and our clients and paying them in attention. And that's where I get on you, because you like to stay on the people that are paying monetarily, but no one's going to monetarily exchange something that doesn't have eyes. So we have to make sure that we have the eyes to support the monetary exchange. So we're doing both simultaneously. So I know you guys think I only do social media, but our product is on social media. It's much easier to go to someone on social media and say, hey, watch this other thing, where they just have to switch platforms. But if you do a direct marketing exchange, like you guys say, it's another step, and people psychologically don't want to take that other step. So if you're in a store, that's why at Costco, they give you the free samples, because you're there already. When you're on social media and you're advertising on social media, that's where you find our product. So they're there, they're in the place already. That's the product placement that we're looking for. So that's why I get on you guys about the branding on social media, because that's where our product is.
Agree? Brand. Got that?
She has a point.
No, I agree with her.
Liz, who is your ideal client?
I love to work with newly funded companies. So any company that's just starting, I love to get them right on the right track. But I also can work with companies. As I said, a lot of entrepreneurs have to start somewhere, and that's okay. But I like to come in and make sure that we start doing the things in the right way. So making sure that we look at the company 360 and we make sure that everything is done correctly. But it can also work with companies that maybe have already been doing marketing already, but they need a push, or they need, some new eyes on it. So basically, I love to work with any type of company, but I also really love to work with companies that are just starting.
You have different budget prices?
Yes, I have options. I love to work in phases too, so we make sure that we are pushing everything out slowly in phases, so it's a little better for the client for different budgets. So we have a lot of options, and we work with a lot of different clients. So if you ever need anything, please reach out.
How do they reach out to you?
You can go to our website, it's laustudio.co, or email me at liz@laustudio.co.
Okay, we're going to take...
Baxter?
Wow.
Baxter?
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. That was a whole lot of wow. More to come. Contact Liz for all your social media and marketing needs. You can find us right here at the studio at 888-994-4995, Studio A. More to come. We'll be right back.
Hello, and welcome, friends, to This Day in Music. On this day in 1966, John Lennon's comment about the Beatles being bigger than Jesus got the Beatles banned by multiple broadcasting corporations across South Africa. On this day in 1987, the second song from U2's album Joshua Tree hit #1. The song was I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. On this day in 1996, a fan threw their prosthetic leg on the stage during a Kiss concert. The band then signed his leg and handed it back to him. On this day in 2022, Olivia Newton-John, known for the character Sandy in Grease, passed away after a long battle with cancer.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And yes, you should feel good. You were right. Yes.
Vindication.
No, but
Validation.
there's a but. You have to live up to it. We've got to make changes. What do you mean? Let's make change. We got to change things.
What are we changing?
It's really funny. Check it out. If I had something, if I was dressed in invisible clothing, they wouldn't say anything. If Dawn was dressed in invisible clothing, they would say something. It's like the Book and the King, that whole, that story where he was naked and nobody said anything because he was
If you
king.
were naked, no one would say anything?
Not a word. Not a word.
Trust me.
But if you were naked, people would say, well, Dawn, you're naked. If something, But if something doesn't work, then fix it.
We're working
Don't
on
just
it.
tell me it doesn't work.
What I do works.
But there's a lot of what the hell is that? But there's a whole lot of doesn't work that goes along with what you think is working. So my question is, so you get, let's say you have a hand and you find out that the thumb doesn't work and these are working fine. Do we fix the thumb?
For sure.
Right? That's not what goes on around here. They will fight about the 4 fingers that do work over and over again, and I get it. But they forget the piece that
Well,
doesn't.
no, we're trying to fix a piece that doesn't, but our executive producer is not fixing that piece. So
The executive producer is going to give
that's
you.
not on them.
I say that's not
that's
me.
a separate entity.
Yeah, but it was just brought up.
Yeah, but that's not on anyone here. That's outside of here.
And it began.
Yeah, and I think it's funny because I knew that Grace was getting straight.
That's not a grace. That's not a function of grace.
The
That's a
glasses come
beyond
off
the
and eyes.
studio.
She gets the crazy eye.
All right, stop.
I said that more aggressive than I meant it.
Yeah, you're very aggressive. I feel the sunburn. How do people find you?
Well, you can find me on social media, Lau Creative Studio on Instagram, or you could also visit our website, laustudio.co, or send me an email, liz@laustudio.co. I will be more than happy to talk to you. I do also give free consultations, so please reach out.
Well, thank you for joining
Thank
our
you.
Chaos and our Crazy. It's been a pleasure having
Thank you
with
so much for
us.
having me.
All right, and I think on our 1:30 hour, we've got Nathan's put a game time together because we didn't do our Wednesday, what would you do? So Nathan has put something together to see. So ready for
What do
some
you mean we
games?
did not do Wednesday? What would you do?
Wednesday segment on the morning show because we got into conversations about sports. We did not do our what would you do Wednesday.
We talked about one sport.
You talked about every sport.
sport,
You went
cricket.
from baseball to cricket to hockey to
baseball,
basketball and your
And
favorite
then you
everything.
wonder why I don't show up. Then you wonder? Okay.
But so we didn't do
Wait,
our
hold on.
segment.
Let me get that knife out of my back.
Not at all. We
Hold
didn't do
on.
our segment. What would you do? So you ready, Nathan?
Ooh, alrighty.
That ear and that eye is very creepy.
Or would you rather? It works. Would you rather? Oh, I thought it was going to be date. Best friends with Johnny
Take
or
off the lower
Robert?
third.
Neither.
Johnny Depp all the way.
Johnny
I
Depp.
think Johnny Depp
No,
would be
no,
fun
no,
friends
no,
with.
no. Johnny Depp is nuts. That man is not normal.
And Robert Downey Jr. isn't nuts.
Well, Robert Downey Jr. is the son. Do you know his father, Morton Downey Jr.?
Yes.
You don't? Okay, so before you scream at him, look at his father. His
Yeah.
father was completely out of his
Yeah,
mind.
but we don't live the sins of our father.
No, you don't live the sins. You just fall off the same banana tree.
But like, it's just Johnny Depp is such an
No, he's nuts.
interesting
No,
individual.
there's nothing interesting about
No, but like if you look at the Pirates of the Caribbean, most
one
of
movie. He's done millions. I'm talking about Johnny Depp, the person.
I know.
We don't know
but
Johnny
I'm
Depp, the
making
person.
an example.
Liz, Johnny Depp or Robert Downey
no
Jr.?
doubt. Yeah.
Dawn said
Yeah,
neither
she
one.
likes him. That's why. She
I'm
likes
not a
him.
big Hollywood fan, so yeah, neither.
Who would you rather hang out with?
Like living?
No,
Glass of
like
wine.
dying. Yeah.
I don't know.
Like if he came in, he had a choice. What door would you choose?
You know, I'm gonna bring it back. I've been watching The Chosen. Any one of those characters that are playing
Biblical
on The
piece.
Chosen, because it's such a
Are
powerful.
they in The Chosen?
No.
So what the hell you doing, man?
Well, you just asked me.
No, not
anybody.
anyone. Just of these two.
Johnny Depp.
No,
Robert-
neither.
Follow
I said
the
neither.
bouncing
She
ball.
said neither.
I
No,
said
neither?
Yeah.
All right.
He missed that.
All right. Would you rather? This is for Grace.
Grace.
Fight a bear or a moose?
Okay, here's the thing. I think I know what to expect from a bear.
Only because Grace told us.
A moose would be like unpredictable to me.
It all depends on, do you want to die fast or do you want to die faster?
No, but like I would know what to expect from a bear. I'd like, okay, a bear is
You don't know what to
aggressive.
expect from a
I
bear.
can like use like the bear mace or something, but like a
Ex-girlfriends don't
moose is
count.
Bear
like
mace.
a wild card.
Bear mace.
I wouldn't know what to expect from a moose.
All right. Bear, or moose?
I think I'm gonna do bird too. I saw these video ones that you like standing away and they go away. So I'm gonna try that.
Bear.
Bear.
Bear versus moose?
Well, I guess I'll stick with a bear. But what does a moose do, though?
Yeah,
Does anybody know?
You see those antlers?
Yeah,
You'll be worrying in your jaw.
Look, but they're both scary.
Yeah, but a bear is going to just eat you up alive. And the claws on a
that's
bear.
comforting.
It's just that you want to die faster or fast. Because a moose is eventually going to kill you too. But a bear?
Aren't you supposed to like curl up if you come across a bear?
Yeah, right.
No, you're supposed to.
Yeah, I'm going to see you throw yourself on the floor and make believe you're dead too, like the cartoons. Ain't going to happen.
I guess the bear.
What do you got next?
What do you pick?
Spend a day with Sonic or Mario? You know what's in my head on Mario is Ben going, Mario!
Mario!
Ben is in my head doing Mario.
See, like, I feel like if I spent the day with Sonic, I would not be able to keep up with him.
I feel like Mario could cook.
I'm
Isn't
just-
he Italian?
Yeah.
I have a migraine
I was like,
just
cook.
wondering who the hell asked that kind of question.
Wow. All right.
Mario or Sonic?
Mario. Sonic is too much.
Yeah, he'll be running around too much.
Too much.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Mrs.? I don't want to pick an actor. Mario or?
Well, I don't know who Sonic is, but it's a cat, right?
Hedgehog. It's a hedgehog. and
Sorry.
he
Okay,
spins.
Mario. Him and I can cook together.
I like Mario because he goes, wee!
Oh, he does?
It sounds
I
like
love
Ben.
that.
In the game, wee!
I guess I'm showing
What's
my
next?
age.
Ooh.
Would you
Fire.
be water, earth, fire, or an airbender? Would you rather?
Wow, this is a good question.
Wow.
That is a good question.
Let's start with doing the book.
I would go with water. Because you can
What's
put
an
out
airbender?
fire. Earth,
You're
yeah.
able to.
Water.
She'll be like a walking water person, and she bends stuff,
Flowing water.
flowing water.
And,
What would
and
you
the
be?
earth is mostly water, so.
I know, because you'll be mud, water and earth. And what would you be?
Is an airbender bringing the angels?
Oh, Lord.
What's an
It
airbender?
takes all kinds.
I don't remember exactly.
What's an airbender?
Airbender can fly and it can like change like the wind and like push people with the wind. And
Airbender.
No, I'm telling you, water's the best.
I would be an airbender. Why?
Because in the show, like late into the seasons, they find out that waterbenders, like specific waterbenders, like powerful ones, can bend the blood inside people, and they can like control people like puppets.
No, I don't
So
want
it's
to
like
do that.
it's dark. But
I'd
it's
rather
like
just
the,
fly.
Hold on
See,
a
like,
second.
I like the lightning bending with the fire
Hold on
bending.
a second. This actually has a thing.
Yeah, Avatar: The
Okay.
Last Airbender, the show. It's one of the greatest cartoon shows of all time.
Thank you.
No.
Agreed.
100%.
I'd rather be an airbender. I want to fly.
In there.
Or day
I heard
generation.
Nathan
What would you
yelling
rather
about
be?
that.
I'd rather just be in the earth, to be honest, right about now.
Liz?
Airbender.
Airbender.
I agree with you there.
Versus fly. Yeah, I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to get away.
Exactly. I just want to go away.
Well, you would be like,
You know what
how
Aiden
do
wants to do? He wants to bend the
go.
blood in people. You psychopath.
Yeah, it's really something warped about you.
Listen, man, it's like you do a lot
Blood?
of
Mm-hmm.
Lightsabers.
Lightsabers. You probably would rather have a sword.
Lightsaber.
Master sword, yes.
What the heck is a master sword?
Come here, I'll show you.
I feel
I
like
want
a
the
lightsaber would be
lightsaber.
fun because it retracts.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to lug around the whole sword.
Yeah. And like,
Yeah, but the lightsaber, if you don't have AA batteries, it doesn't work.
You're funny.
Liz, which one would you rather have?
For the versatility, I'll do a lightsaber. Fits in the purse, you know.
you can also like cut through doors and stuff.
Women will always be the light thing. Women don't carry swords, too much weight.
Okay.
Which one would you rather carry?
Interesting.
I don't know. I kind of like the sword. It's kind of cool.
You can lug it around?
Sure. If this is my option between that, yeah, I'll lug it around.
I gotta tell you this.
Nathan's disagreeing.
What would you
Nathan
rather?
says a lightsaber.
What are we supposed to know?
Wait, what do we
More
know?
behind the sword, man. It's a legendary weapon.
He says,
How are we supposed to know that?
Play some Zelda, man.
What are we supposed to pick? The sword?
Oh, is that the little sword that Zelda runs around with every room?
With Link.
Oh, yeah. Yes, the
It's the sword
sword.
at the end, the Master Sword.
The sword.
Is
Remember
it heavy?
Yeah.
You remember Zelda, that little game? And they used to go to room to room to room. I played it for almost a year until I ended it. Almost a year it took me. There were secret compartments. Nobody
They have a
told me.
lot of Zelda games you can play.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's more than one now.
Isn't there a
Oh,
movie
more than
too?
one? What was enough?
What's next? Last one. Oh gosh.
What is that?
Stung by a bullet ant or a man-o-war jellyfish?
What? A man of what?
A man-o-war?
A
What the heck is
jellyfish
a
or
man?
an ant?
What the heck is a
Have
man
you-
of war
do you know
jellyfish?
Jellyfish.
The man of war is just a jellyfish. They're blue and they swim around. Do you know what a bullet? Do you know what a bullet ant feels like when it hits you?
Yeah.
It is the biggest pain.
Is it like red ants?
Oh
No, red ants are nothing compared to
Nothing
this
compared to
thing.
that.
This thing leaves a
Both are
hole in
bad.
you. It leaves a hole in you, that ant.
I'll take the jellyfish.
I don't
I'd
know.
rather
I've
have
had
the
a jellyfish
jellyfish.
sting me in the mouth before. That one wasn't fun either.
She used to be in the ocean all the time. Is it true that if people urinate on a jellyfish bite, it takes away the sting?
Vinegar.
It is true because it's sterile.
So if you pee
Have you
on
ever
me-
had that happen?
I've never had.
Use white vinegar.
White vinegar.
White vinegar?
Vinegar, lemon.
So let me get this. You're on the beach. I got to go to the store, get some white vinegar. I just can't
Or
urinate
just
on you.
always bring it with you.
Yeah, I say. They say that it does stuff. It's never been like proven to be
I don't
true.
know. It's on Friends.
I say
That's what I was thinking of.
when I got stung, I got told to deal with it.
Anybody, if I get stung, anybody can urinate on me except Baxton. I don't want him to. Other than that, it's okay.
You need like a medical bracelet that says that, in case of stung.
Give me the sword. Give me the
Anyone
sword.
but Baxton.
Give me the sword. Baxton's next to me.
Nice job, Nathan. Thank you very much. Oh, what? No good? I thought it was the last one.
That could be anyone.
Nice job.
That's great. Oh, and by the way, Friday is the masquerade party, and I'm inviting you because I'm not allowed to do it on social media. So I'm doing it in real live
We have to
air.
put another post out. Yes, we do. I was thinking about that today on my list of things that I've created.
I don't want to say nothing.
I'm
just gonna.
We have masks. We do
Masks.
need to
Oh,
put
you
it.
do?
Yes.
we have.
Awesome.
We have
As a matter of
masks.
fact, if you come in early, you can decorate your mask.
Wow.
I just gotta get some glue. Other than that, it's pretty.
And then it's gonna be wet.
Yeah. No. It
So
takes
what?
time
Doing,
to
you
dry.
doing? Listen, I'm gonna walk around like this, and then I can't take it off my face.
I want one with a hand.
Can't we just tie it to
Oh
your
yeah,
head?
like the little.
Oh, I don't like this tie-up thing here.
Why not?
Because I feel like a sewer lid.
A sewer?
No, it's just no. My head is not. No, it's not made for that. I go this way. No, I want to get a stick, and she goes, "Oh, we're gonna get you a straw." Really?
I guess I gotta get some popsicle sticks. I don't know what I gotta get.
I got a metal straw. Oh, wait a minute, that'll work. No, they're too short. You ever seen when they walk around with a
Yeah.
big straw? You know, and they walk around like that.
See, like I feel like my arm would get tired just.
Exactly, and they'll get all. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
This mask is heavy, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, weighs a lot.
Dawn,
Friday, join us.
Join us Friday, 12 o'clock for our masquerade party to celebrate 8 years of working together.
Masquerade.
Crazy, right? 8 years we've been doing this.
We've been doing this almost as long as it took me to convince Dawn the Book to do her show.
Pretty much true.
You know, it took me a little while to get that in, right? Had to wait for the right opening.
Dawn, you got a huge show today.
I do. It's good. I am so excited for the show. I invited the Angela and her group back for prophetic music, and she's bringing a percussionist this time. So I'm excited
Can you show
about
me Dawn's
that.
camera, please? There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, and I invited some people for the audience, but I limited it to 12. So we'll probably end up with 10 total. So we'll be good. It's going to be.
So what's going on? What are they going to do? What's happening?
Well, prophetic music is, and I'm going to have Angela explain it, but basically what they do is they just start. You know, she'll start playing the piano, and then God gives her the words and the music, and then Lisa and Tamia will be singing. Stacy's on bass, and then Alex is a percussionist.
So it's
we'll
kinda-
see where it goes. Yes.
So it's kind of like improv, but for music.
Right, but it's fueled by the Holy Spirit.
Interesting.
Yeah, it really is. I
That sounds
find it
really cool.
fascinating.
It's kind of like a jam session almost, fueled by the Holy Spirit.
And it keeps going. I mean, they
Well,
could
that's
go
what
for
she
hours.
told me. She says, Freddie, you have to tell me when to stop.
Right,
I go,
exactly.
Stop.
Because
One note plays, okay.
No, because she doesn't
But
have, there's no ending to this music. It just
it's
continues.
so
It's just like a jam.
it's so amazing, and I think Allegra told me that Lisa has actually sung over people and healed them through that prophetic music, and not her, but the Holy Spirit heals that person. So I think that's really incredible, and I'm just excited to have them here because it's just such a different type of a show, and yeah, I was praying about it this morning. It's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be fantastic. And that's today at 3 o'clock.
Yes.
Tune into Faith Stories.
Yes, please.
On Amp Media Productions website and all of our social media channels. That, yes, Grace very meticulously crafts and coordinates those as well with our crew who works hard on the thumbnails and all of that about the presentation. It all takes a little bit of time here and there.
You know, I got to see some of the work that Grace did for Lights in the Night as well. That show is doing really, really well as well. I got to put some more stuff in there. But more people are writing in their comments. Oh, and there's a poll also, right? You put a poll
French
out?
fries?
Stories, yes. What's your favorite French fry? For the next
And-
24 hours, you can vote.
Aiden, fix his camera, please.
And what
Back
we're
to
going
the
to
camera.
do is we're going to continue that poll. And if you call in tomorrow on the morning show and tell us which French fry you like, maybe we'll go out and buy you that particular.
You have a favorite? I guess you shouldn't influence the audience.
I don't have a favorite.
I like all French fries, quite honestly.
As long as
And
they're
then
not
it's like, which
mushy.
one holds the ketchup better? So,
See, I like well done fries. I don't like
crunchy?
the really.
I'm not really big on the soggy. Crunchy, yeah.
Yeah.
I like mayonnaise and ketchup on my French fries,
Ooh, that's a good combination.
right?
Never had
Mayonnaise
it.
and ketchup together is really good.
And if you get cheese in a bottle, you ever squeeze cheese out of a bottle?
Cheese whiz?
That's a Puerto Rican thing, yeah.
They still make that
So you
stuff?
do cheese, mayonnaise, and ketchup on your French fries. Watch out.
I used to love Cheese Whiz.
And the heart attack.
On a Ritz cracker.
No, I don't like that.
God, they
On
still
a
make
Ritz
Cheese
cracker.
Whiz? You know, there's no cheese in the Cheese Whiz. There's just no way because it sits on the
just
shelf.
chemicals.
So it's shelf stable. Look who's here. The man, the myth himself.
Yo, I got you a gift,
I
bro.
think I'm going to kiss your feet.
Woo! In the house.
Woo!
Yo, I want you to wear this.
Love the
I
sunglasses.
got one for you. I want you to wear this 24/7.
Did I leave my glasses in?
Yes, they're in the flower pot. Yeah, they're in the
Oh,
flower
those are
pot.
yours?
Yeah.
They're in the flower pot. But I want
The
you to wear
flower
this.
pot outside.
I want you to wear this. It'll give you superpowers. That way nobody will bother you again.
Superpowers.
Either that or they'll be very afraid of you. Where'd you get them specs?
You know, if I tell you, I have to, put you under.
Oh.
Wow.
Thanks for censoring.
That's an
We
interesting.
can't say that on the internet.
G-Man's in the house.
As you can tell, G-Man is back. All right, are we ready to sing and say goodbye?
All right, Baxton's going to take us
Now,
out. And
now,
this
hold
song
on.
is special.
Yes, talk to them about the song.
This is Baxton's own creation. Lyrics, music, all of it. So Facebook and anyone else who's watching, a non-copyrighted song. This is Baxton's original. So
And we had the opening show also was Vicky's original. So today's the day of original.
Vicky
So we hope you
Greenstein.
enjoy it.
All right, so have a great afternoon, everyone. Tune into Faith Stories today at 3 o'clock at Amp Media Production Studios. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time. Baxton, all yours.
All right, everybody. As you heard, this is my original song called Hold On. I really hope you like it. I wrote it last night and it spoke to me. And I really want to take the time today to share my first original song with you guys. This is a really special occasion for me. Please, Maestro. You can fly. You can fly. Did you ever believe
here in this place? Did you ever wish upon a shooting star? And did you ever believe that when the going is rough, if you hang on now, hang on, and you will fly. If you try, fly high in the sky. Now did you ever think that you were never enough, that you could disappear and still be standing there? Now did you ever think that there's a place for you? And if you hang on now, hang on, as the world falls, you're still standing there. So hang on, and right from the start, I knew your heart was brave and true. So hang on, and you will fly. All right, thank you very much, and have an outstanding day. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you very much.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.